Swami Rudrananda. This is about as close as the zebras got to having a guru. If you want to know more about Swami Rudi, Google him. He was American. He studied under Swami Bhagavan Nityananda. Then, after his guru's death, Swami Muktananda took over and eventually bestowed upon Rudi the title of Swami. What they taught was some pretty powerful stuff. Kundalini Yoga is about awakening and raising the Kundalini energy through the chakras and up the spine. We all did it for a while, but the main reason most of us were practicing Kundalini Yoga was because we loved Rudi. He had a radiant presence. Just being around Rudi made you feel good. We loved being hugged by this big, round Swami. And he had a great sense of humor. We wanted to give him a gift, so Richard came up with the idea of bib overalls. You know, something practical. Richard went out and bought the biggest pair of bibs he could find. They were like supersized dickies. Then, Terry dyed him orange, Rudi's colors, and embroidered Captain Kundalini on the bib. Richard said, "I was a little worried whether Rudi would like these or be offended, but when he opened the package, he loved them." His followers felt differently, like we'd stepped over the line. That's not how you respectfully treat a guru. But Rudi went into the bathroom, climbed into his overalls, and gave his class wearing Captain Kundalini. Rudi had an ashram near Big Indian in the Catskills, and the zebra gang would occasionally drive down for his meditation sessions. I don't know if meditation is the right word, because you wouldn't be sitting watching your breath or silently reciting a mantra. You'd be breathing in lungfuls of air to work the energy up your spine. Rudi would sit at the front of the class, looking like a big Buddha. He'd open his palms and disperse the energy. People with blocks in their chakras would suddenly hop or jump and yelp. They really felt his energy. In one of the sessions, a fellow Swami from India was visiting, and when Rudi was standing at the front of a class of maybe 70 students, he turned to the Swami and said, "Let's go bowling." Then Rudi wound up like a softball pitcher and threw out a ball of energy that went straight down the center of the room. The people sitting in the path were suddenly jerking and yelping as Rudi's energy ball came rolling through them. And then he did it again in another part of the room, the same thing, knocking them around like bowling pins. The visiting Swami was startled, if not shocked. Then, one Sunday morning, he was flying up to see us, along with 3 of his students. The student pilot had only recently gotten his pilot's license. It was foggy. Their plane crashed into a mountain. The students told us later, Rudi did not appear hurt. He held each of them, hugged them one by one, and then he died. They were fine, except for a few scratches. They felt Rudi had given his energy to them. When we heard that Rudi had died, we accepted it. We were shocked, but not devastated. We felt Rudi had left something for us, too. And that was... it's all right. But Richard was the closest to Rudi. I think he felt it the most. A couple of months ago, Richard said, "Rudi was probably the biggest positive influence in my life. After all these years, I still do his exercise every day. I think if I had not met him and started studying with him and doing Kundalini, I would have wound up in jail, or maybe even dead by now." It wasn't until decades later that it finally hit Meatball. He said tears came welling up and then gushing out. I guess he touched me pretty deeply too. I remember Rudi once said, "So you die, you come back, you're dealt a new hand, you get to play again."